Hey guys, it's me, Beauty by Cat 80. I hope that you can see this video. I'm trying to testing out a new thing that I bought today from Best Buy, and it's like a tripod, but it holds the camera in place, so I can just be free with my hands and just do some things real quick. So I'm just trying something in a new room, and let's see how it goes. I felt like doing a couple videos, so let's see how it goes. I'm going to be showing you either like a 5-minute face right now, which is something that I do on a regular basis, super easy. It's one of my favorite things to do. What I like to start out with for summer, I don't like to have a lot of things on my face, so I do NC50 to like cover up from MAC. I put a little bit on my hands right here, and on a freshly cleansed skin, I take a little bit, which is like this pea-sized amount, if you can see that. I smush it between the two fingers, and I just go on and put it on just like that. Okay, so just to even me out a little bit, I always do a little bit of that right there. Okay, cool. So I do that just to even my skin out a little bit. Then I take a little bit of NW40 concealer, which is like Sculpt, and I put a little bit under my eye area, and I just kind of blend that bad boy out. I pat, then I blend. So it just brightens me up just a little bit from one eye to the other. I do a little bit of that under my eye. This is like a real simple, very lazy kind of eye look and kind of makeup for summer. You know what? There's times when you don't want to, put a whole bunch of makeup on, but you want to be polished, pulled together. A little bit of concealer under the eye, which I just take it out here always just because I'm a little dark out there, and I wrap it around my brow area. Okay? So that's that. It's definitely a little bit more highlighted. The next thing I take is a little bit of the Studio Moisture Tint in Deep Dark, which I really wish that we had a deeper dark color, and that's how much I put on. Literally, like that much is enough for my whole face. Take a little bit on the fingers again, and I'm big on using my fingers and patting it, and then blending it down. So I take it a little bit, I blend it down like this, go up to my forehead, and you can see on my nose, I take a little bit around here, and I just work that out. Really super easy. Okay, so my skin is looking a little bit more, awake and a little more even in tone. Next thing I do is take a little bit of lip conditioner, which has a little bit of color, something like this. Put it on my lips. Really easy and super simple. That's it. Right? So then I go on to my brows, I go on to my eyes as well. So that's, like half the battle right there. It's evening out the skin tone, throwing a little something pretty on the lip, and then I go ahead and add a little something to my brow. So I take a little bit of something like Strut, just like a reddish brown brow pencil, and I always start from the bottom inside and work my way out, right? And then because my hair is like red on the ends and dark brown on the bottom, so I kind of just use both colors together. And then I take a little bit of a dark brown, which is spiked, and I go ahead right back over that and fill in a little bit, right? All the way in there. So that's just my super simple brow, because I don't have a lot of hair out here, right? Get it? So I take a little bit of that, make that a little stronger right there, and I just go up. All the way up. That's that. So I have a little bit of a brow. And I do the same thing over here. Straight from underneath. And I just take it outwards. Try to arch it up as close as I can to the other. But sometimes brows are just not going to ever be the same. So that's that. Same dark brown is what I'm doing. Right? And then, supposedly, I'm really popular right now. My phone is like blowing up. Anyway, so I take a little bit under the eye. This is the reddish brown, and I just kind of fill in a little bit so that they're a little bit even. And they're not exactly always going to be the same. Like, it's never going to happen. So I do a little bit of that. I take a brush that's meant for, like a spoolie brush for combing up the brow, keeping it in place, combing up mascara, all that good stuff. And of course, while I'm doing a video, my phone is like going off the hook. So, and that is that. Okay, so, anywho, okay, so let me get back to you guys, because that's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm so sorry, like crazy. I always take a little bit of blush, something bright to pop, like Frankly Scarlet, which I love this color. I just do a little bit on my cheek, and I take my big fluffy powder brush, dab it in twice, go right on my cheeks. Because everything else on the face is fairly neutral, you know what I mean? So I just like to have my cheeks look really pinched and very flushed, and very healthy. And I don't like my skin to be matte to death, so I just go right ahead on top of the tinted moisturizer skin. Right? It looks very fresh, good for every day. I take a little bit of eyeshadow next, and I put it here. Okay, there we go. It's called Rich Flesh. It's just a really neutrally brown, soft taupey brown, and I tend to love these colors because they're just really pretty, and I just go over my lid to block out my own color. And this is just a 227 brush, no big deal. Right there, on my lid, right? This is literally like the 6 or 7 minute makeup. Super easy. And I just go on my lid with that, right? I go back and forth, and that motion kind of helps it to stay in place a little bit longer. Just like that, right? So it gives me a little bit of smoky, but not quite dark, but smoky enough. Then I go ahead with something like either like Arena or Era eyeshadow, and go on, put a little bit on my brush, lay it right up underneath there to have an obvious highlight, but it's so subtle, the color, that it's never going to be overkill. Right? I'm going to just pop that right there. A little bit more of the same shadow. Pop it right there. And that's that. Right? Okay. Cool. Great. So I have a little bit of shade down there and a little bit of highlight. I may then take the same brush, the top of it right here, and put a little crease with a little carbon. And I'll just lay it right there. Right up in my crease, right there, just so I have a little bit of, you know, something going on. And that's that. This is just really the simple cheating way to, like, you want to look pulled together, and I have on a wife beater, like a white t-shirt, really simple, not anything crazy. I'm going to then take a mascara, which is the Shiseido Perfect Mascara, which is really, truly perfect. I love this mascara. It's amazing. And I just go ahead, it gives me a little boost, a little lift, a little everything. And this is seriously like the 5-minute makeup and being pulled together, looking polished. It's very, you know, outside weather friendly, humid weather friendly. And if you're extremely oily, I'll show you what you can do next, just to put a little bit of, you know, to stop the shine for the moment. But that is pretty much it. And sometimes if I'm feeling a little extra, I'll put a little bit of black liquid liner on, but that's taking it to the next level. And as you see, when I do mascara, my lash line always looks like I have eyeliner on, even if I don't. I always used to get in trouble for that when I was a kid, because my mother always thought I had eyeliner on, or eye makeup on, and I didn't. It was just the way that my lashes even, you know, looked. So I got in trouble for that quite often. So that's that, a little bit on the bottom. And I like it to look a little bit smudgy and a little bit shadowy. That's the look. See, one half of me is completely done. The other half, not so much, right? So it's super simple. I hope you guys see, you know, a really simple way to, you know, just throw on a little bit of makeup without feeling like you have a lot on. It's very simple. It's easy. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of Studio Fix powder, which for years I didn't love this powder at all. But I'm kind of getting into it now just because it's easy, and the older I get, the less amount of time I want to spend doing tons and tons and tons of makeup. So that's that. I just take a little bit right over here on the perimeter of the jaw area, right on the cheek, right in the forehead, right in the nose, right over the blush. Super simple.